Just a few little 1925 resolutions that will be kept. Perhaps. Photoplay, January 1925. May Allison. I have sworn during 1925 that I will play a bad woman. I am sure that I can be as bad as our baddest, on the screen, and I intend to live up to this resolution or die in the attempt. Betty Blythe. During 1925, I am going to swear off, playing bridge with quarrelsome partners, dancing later than the midnight hour, and swimming in imitation saltwater swimming pools. Hereafter, if I want my water salt, I will go into the Pacific Ocean. Betty Bronson, Peter Pan. It's only 3 years ago that I made my first New Year's resolution. It was a promise I made myself that I was never to say anything which could possibly be harmful to anyone. I think I meant then that I wouldn't repeat gossip, but each year since, when I have renewed my resolution, I have added a bigger meaning to it. So that's my resolution for 1925. Not to say anything, or even look anything, which will make people less likable than they were before. Lou Cody. I need more sleep, and in 1925 I am going to make an exhaustive study of radio bedtime stories. This will get me to bed about 9 o'clock. However, I think the broadcasting for The Sandman should be extended to 9:30 on Saturdays and every third Wednesday, as I will probably have the usual number of screen homes to ruin during that time in the next 12 months. Late hours and he-vamping go hand in hand in Hollywood. B.B. Daniels. To stop betting on my own golf game. Richard Dix. Resolved that during 1925 I will see more interviewers and make less pictures. I like what the writers have to say about me much more than I like myself on the screen. Jack Gilbert. Resolved that I will never pick up a golf ball lost by another player until it has stopped rolling. The last time this happened, the other fellow was much annoyed, and I was greatly embarrassed. JULANNE Johnston. Via cable, Isle of Malta. I have resolved to stay in America during 1925. Making pictures in Paris, Berlin, London, and Constantinople is all very fascinating, but I will be the happiest girl in the world when I see the old Statue of Liberty in the offing, and realize that sunny California is only a few days more to the west. Barbara Lamar. I hope to make resolutions as situations demanding them arise. A generalized resolution is like a wild colt. Both are meant to be broken. Rod LaRoque. My business is to please the public, and I'm hoping for the new year that I can so perform on the screen as to make friends of those who still do not like me. Harold Lloyd. I hereby resolve not to get into hot water by being girl-shy, unless it is a question of safety last. New Year's resolutions are made to be broken anyway, so why worry about making a list that will be laughed at by Grandma's Boy and Dr. Jack? Bessie Love. So far as I am able to learn, I am the only girl in pictures who has never been reported engaged. I am resolved that I'll get a press agent who will have me married at least once a week in 1925. Ben Lyon. I'm going to shoot every reporter who reports me engaged until I send out the engraved announcement. I have only been reported engaged to 20 or 30 girls this year, and if I don't stop these reports now, I'm afraid I won't be able to keep up my average in 1925. Dorothy McHale. Not to read any more signs on the backs of Fords. My sense of humor has degenerated into a horse laugh. Besides, the darn things move too fast anyway. Not to pose for eccentric photographers. I want some pictures that I can have reproduced without tremors, blushes, or the wrath of the Anti-Nudity Society. ADOLPHE MENJOU. I hereby resolve during the year of 1925 to marry at least one girl in one of my pictures. Colleen Moore. Resolved not to announce my retirement from the screen for an operatic career. I like motion pictures too well and can only sing in English, if you can call it singing. To withhold no longer the fact that I am desperately in love with a man by the name of John E. McCormick. He happens to be my husband. Antonio Moreno. I have resolved not to scowl anymore at the numerous waitresses who suggest Spanish omelet because they know my nationality. It doesn't do any good. Pola. For 1925, I have made up my mind to carry on my work of becoming intimate with the people of my adopted country. This year, I took out my first citizenship papers, and the feeling that gave me was one of great satisfaction and contentment. I intend to do everything in my power to make 1925 a year of real friendship between myself and the people of my new country. NORMA SHEARER. I resolve not to get married during the coming year, unless the right man comes along. Not to get arrested for speeding, unless I am in a hurry to reach the studio for an early call. Not to buy real estate nor any cars. Not to insure my face or hands or feet with Lloyd's. Not to be kidnapped and not to buy the world's most pedigreed dog, cat, or elephant. MILTON SILLS. Not to tell my young daughter any more fairy tales. She has accused me of being a fibber. Constance Talmadge. I quit making resolutions several years ago, but if you insist, I'll resolve to keep on doing just what I've always resolved, to make bigger and better pictures. Estelle Taylor. I hereby declare that I will not allow the Counselor of Public Relations to announce my engagement to a well-known world pugilist champion more than 10 times, nor to deny it more than 9 during the coming year. CONWAY TEARLE. To employ more than 2 fingers in scenes where I am called upon to use the typewriter. To kick like a steer when the director wants to take more close-ups of me, but to yield gracefully upon second request. Rudolph Valentino. I had made a resolution not to make any New Year's resolution, but now that Photoplay has asked me for one, I shall have to treat my pledge as most other people treat theirs. Break it. I therefore resolve to make 2 good pictures this year. If I don't, remember that I didn't want to make a resolution anyway. Lois Wilson. I will not make any New Year's resolutions. I never have made any, and I'm not going to in 1925. To me, the making of resolutions is a sign of weakness. Resolving not to do a thing would not prevent me from doing it.